Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mage the Ascension Technogate 1999. We are currently towards the very end of our campaign here, where the troop has finally got to the altered Earth dimension that they have been trying to breach for so long. For a long time, they were trying to bring down the shields that were surrounding this other realm in order to save the father of Tycho, um, Brock Samsonite, or no, not Brock, right? It's
Buck.
Buck. God damn it, Buck Samsonite. Um, So, instead, though, they were able to get in contact with Buck Samsonite, and he informed them that he had a different plan, that he wanted to bring them to altered Earth in order to find out a way to prevent Alex, the virtual adept who had taken control of this realm long ago, back in the 80s, or in the 60s. He actually took control of it. Um, and you guys have finally arrived at what looks to be like a duplicate of the Technogate command that you guys normally work at. There is starships that are operating here. There is a Technogate that is fully operational. However, it doesn't take you anywhere but just to inside of the realm of Technogate, or of Altered Earth here, as it still has the shield around it. Um, there is a work crew of people that are going about, and Tycho's father is approaching for the first time. But before we get to that, we'll do our little introduction here. So, Tycho, tell us a little bit about your character and what does he look like?
Tycho Vance is a 26, 27-year-old white male, 6'1", close cropped blonde hair. Usually wears metallic retro-futuristic clothing and usually has some sort of large goggles on. Uh, in this case, I think he wearing a full suit? It's hard to remember how we got here. He became awakened at a young age, probably around between 8 and 10. Grew up at the construct where his father, Buck Samsonite, was a legendary adventurer, and his mother was in charge of the research and execution division. And then around the age of 18, he went on a little adventure with some werewolves, came back a few years after that ended in tragedy, after which his mother took pity on him and got him a job back at the construct. And that's when he became part of Technogate Team 42.
Awesome, thank you, Tycho. And Phaedra, tell us a little bit about your character and what she looks like.
Phaedra is a 28-year-old black female, usually has a messy ponytail, white blouse, black slacks, white lab coat with a black fanny pack. She originally is from Vegas, grew up with her mother, who was a stripper, single mom. When she came of age around 17, 18, she was going to go off to college to become a doctor and give money to her mom. Uh, Came home one day and her mom was murdered. She then dedicated her life to hunting that man down. That's how she got into the technocracy. Uh, she is a progenitor, so a science based technocrat, uh, and is falling around with this group.
Awesome, thank you, Phaedra. And Robert, tell us a little bit about your character and what does he look like?
Robert Kell is a presumably mild-mannered man. Looks pretty average, wouldn't stand out in a crowd. Like 5'10", late 20s, brown hair, pretty much always wearing a suit and tie. Um, he was with the New World Order, working as a gray man, infiltrating questionable groups, and was put on assignment to infiltrate this group, and they swayed how he saw things. He kind of started questioning control, and faked his own and all of his teammates' deaths, and is now probably trying to figure out where he goes next.
Awesome. Thank you, Robert. And Malachi, tell us a little bit about your character and what does he look like?
Yeah, Malachi grew up in a military family, enlisted in the Air Force right out of high school. Did one tour, did a second tour enlisting with the Technocracy after he was noticed for his proficiency with power systems and firearms. After spending a decent amount of the second tour working with the Technocracy, he got side-moded after making friends he wasn't supposed to over to be security on the civilian team TG-42, where he's currently at. He is 6 foot tall, dark hair, dark eyes. Hair is disheveled. Generally seen in jeans, comfortable clothes, unless if he's in the field.
Awesome. Thank you, Malachi. All right, so we'll start off the scene here. You guys are on like basically the balcony, kind of overlooking the Technogate black hole that's surrounded by like a metal caging, a circular metal cage that surrounds a black hole that basically is used in order to teleport people throughout space and time. However, not time, but space, throughout space and other dimensions. Um, However, this one is more about just getting around and being able to basically get anywhere on altered Earth. Um, there is a set of like different kind of starships that are down below that look to be even more advanced than the starships that you have at Technogate Command. All about our different kind of humanoid, um, you know, very human-looking spirits or aliens, as you might call them. Um, but but you are not to be fooled. Everything here is made out of spirit stuff. In the end, there is matter and stuff like that, though, and they definitely follow the um rules of they have a life force and they have blood and they have the ability to procreate and are very, very human, except for they wouldn't be able to get to Earth. If they tried to just walk into Earth, they would not be accepted, as they are spirits technically, or aliens. So, Tycho's father is walking down. He's in his normal spacesuit that Tycho remembers from back in the day, the retrofit. And for like a second, you see the young father that your childhood mind remembers in the photos that you have, or that you found of him throughout time. And um, he, for just a second, he looks that very young and cut looking man with a good chiseled jaw and nice nose and everything. And all of a sudden you notice that his hair is completely silver. His facial features have sunken, and his face has loose, his skin has loosened, and wrinkles have developed all over his body. And he looks to be about the age of maybe 80 years old, 70 to 80 years old. And he looks at all of you and he says, "Tycho, I never thought I'd see you grow up, but it's good to see you. It's been a long time for you, but it's been even longer for me."
Okay, wow. I feel like I have to like say that Tycho is like he's in that situation where like he doesn't know what's about to happen. So like just stomach tied in knots. Just, uh
unsure of what to
It's-
say kind of reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time. I don't know whether to shake his hand or hug him. Kind of waiting for him to do something because it's his
Because
space.
he goes up to hug you, um, and has like a very strong grip about him, even for an 80-year-old man, or what looks to be 80. He says,
I hug him back.
"In time, I hope that I can explain everything to you, but time is not something that we have these days. Um, although now that you're here, it has expanded for you quite a bit. Um, time runs much differently here, and to a degree, I would say it's not in total flux, or it's not, it's in flux, but there is about a time dilation of about 20 times um, the speed of time is moving here comparatively to what's moving on Earth. So you guys have bought yourselves another 20 days from, or an extra 20 times the amount of time that you would have from the apocalypse while you're in this realm. So while you're in this realm, things will not move on Earth as quickly. So we've got
So doing the math in my head, uh, how old are you now? You've got to be at least 400.
he kind of like takes like a deep breath and says, it's hard to really know as time has fluctuated so much. But let's just say that I've lived more lifetimes than I had wanted. However, everything that I have done has built up to this point now, and she was right. And I'm so happy that everything seems to be going according to plan. I had lost faith after so many years.
Who's
Who
she?
was right?
The mistress of fate, the oracle of entropy.
Follow-up question. What plan?
The plan to destroy control and save the world. He says, "Come with me. I'll explain while we're getting things prepped and ready here." And he brings you over into like the command control room where kind of things similar to this briefing room that you guys normally are in. Um, the screens kind of pop up, and as he's explaining, there's like the screens kind of show you a visual depiction of what he's kind of talking about. He says, "So long ago, uh, for you, not as long, I was on a mission from Control in order to obtain and take, in order to obtain the uh, nuclear weapons that were spiritually enhanced and spiritual copies that were created after the dropping of the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Those spiritual incarnations ended up on this planet called Altered Earth, which was created actually in those bomb explosions. I came here in search of those bombs. What I learned while in search of these weapons made me reconsider everything that I was doing for Control. And from my understanding and from what I have been told by the Oracle of Entropy, Lady Fate, um, is that I have been I had been a pawn in a game that had been being played by not Control, by something else, something that cannot be named. This creature has been in control of control and much of the supernatural community for a long time now. One of the things that I was given as proof of control's corruption is that from what I've been given, control has been corrupted by a thing called a soul eater. It was one of the things that allowed it to be created in the first place. The meshing of the council was done by one who had mastered a flesh craft that would allow him to bind all of them together and create one organism.
I look over at Phaedra.
It kind of adds up.
So when I learned that this creature wanted these weapons not to defeat great supernatural creatures that lived in the Dark Umbra, but to truthfully rend the supernatural or the barrier between our worlds and to punch a hole that would prevent any kind of barrier from stopping the Nameless from getting to Earth. Where once he is here, he can claim true dominion over the planet and actually gain full control of all of the nodes that he needs in order to wipe out all of existence that we know of.
I don't think he's used that. What's the Nameless? You called it a Soul Eater before?
Well, the Soul Eater
Same
is
thing?
just another pawn of the Nameless. It is a creature of the worm that the Nameless has tainted over time in order to set things up so that he is able to destroy all of the beings that exist in the Umbra, and then wipe out everything that is on Earth and restart creation from the beginning.
Wow.
Yeah, it sounds like something we should probably stop.
I was working for that.
We were all working for that.
Pretty much
Yeah, that's true.
everybody on Earth is foolishly working for this thing, something that had been banished from Earth long ago and now is trying to get back.
Wait, do we know about that? The Croatan? Has that been brought up already?
The Croatan was about the Soul Eater, which is different than the Nameless.
Ah.
The Soul Eater also had been banished and came back, but the Soul Eater is back on Earth already.
Thanks, Soul Eater. Well, we're here to help.
So
What can we do?
the plan is at this point is to get a hold of the nukes before the shield goes down. If Alex is able to find a way of bringing down the shield, we will be at a major disadvantage, basically, and that's why I needed your help. I need other awakened beings in order to assist me in the attack that we're going to need to do in order to unlock the nukes that we will be using to destroy. My plan is to knock out two birds with one stone. Use the nukes to destroy Altered Earth and the shield, and ride the shockwave out.
Nice.
That's a huge order. Okay.
What's the confidence level in that one?
I could do it, he smiles.
My dad could do anything.
Hearing about this for the first time, it seems like a bad plan, but you have had a lot longer to think about it than I have, because I just heard it.
Well, it's the only
Well,
plan
you
we
said,
have right now. If you have something better, I'm all ears.
well, you've had a long time to think about it. You said something about him finding them. Do you where are the nukes?
So that is something that I have already been able to deduce, and what I have spent most of my time here on um, Altered Earth prepping and finding out is where the nukes are that Alex. Um, One of the things that I ended up learning is that Alex is also infected with vicissitude. One of
Oh,
the whole thing of me coming here is the problem. The only way that we're going to beat the Nameless is that he's too um, complicated. He's created a system that is beyond necessarily his control, and all the dominoes need to fall properly for him in order for everything to work the way that it needs to. There are backups upon backups upon backups, which allow him to get around a lot of the complications that can happen by a domino not falling properly. However, if we can mess up the dominoes enough, if we can stop it in the tracks, we can prevent the massive ending that he is looking for. So we're still in a build-up phase, and my understanding is that I was to play the part of getting the nukes from here and causing a massive upheaval inside of the technocracy in order to cause basically a civil war within the technocracy. However, the Oracle, the Lady Fate, came to me and said that she had a string that she was looking to pull and gave me the information I needed in order to build the shield around this planet. So instead of getting the nukes, bringing them back with information about this vicissitude and causing a schism within inside of the technocracy, that thread was never pulled. And now we are on a different path that the Nameless has hopefully not necessarily planned for. So
Nameless is just too cool of a name. We can we call him like Shirley or something?
we just start calling him Bob.
Yeah, just because it'll just take away a bit of the mystique factor, even if it is a borderline eldritch horror.
In any case, I have been gathering up the information on where these nukes have been located after I had built the shield and Alex had put them into hiding. I have finally located them, and they seem to be in some kind of hollowed earth on the inside of the planet that Alex had created himself. There seems to be 5 specific doors that need to be accessed at the same time in order for the room to be for all the doors to be opened and the room to be accessible. This is deep inside of the um, hollowed earth structure that has been created here on Altered Earth. We can use the Technogate in order to get there, and once there, we will have to journey for a short while, as I can get us pretty close. But once we arrive at the structure, we'll have to split up, and we'll have our own problems that we'll have to deal with, which is also one of the reasons why I wanted everybody that's has a key card that we have to be awakened. So I've been waiting for you at this point.
Awesome.
Okay, so you said all 5 doors need to be activated at the same time? Or
Correct. Yep.
okay.
What do you know about these doors?
So I know that there is defensive mechanisms that will be trying to prevent anybody that is not Alexander from accessing the door. From my understanding, it varies depending upon the subject that is trying to access the door.
I just look to Phaedra and then look back. Do you happen to have any of his DNA?
Whose DNA?
Oh, Alexander's? I do not.
Yeah. All right, that's one avenue attack possibly.
Interesting. Are you a progenitor?
Indeed I am.
Well, then maybe we do have more options.
She's quite skilled. There's a fancier word I wanted to use, but I couldn't think of it.
I pat you on the shoulder. Thank you.
Draco
I
just
check
thinks
to
to
make sure
himself,
nothing grows.
like, there's no way Phaedra doesn't already have a sample of my dad's DNA.
I mean, I have all of yours.
Probably
When
has the whole
we've brushed close with some of these old terror type things in the past, it seemed like the closer we got to some of these places, the more, I don't know, something just kind of like overcame us. Are we going to be dealing with anything like that as we go searching for these? Any more of that kind of just, I don't even know how to describe it, just this deep madness?
I'm not sure what you will encounter. I do understand that it is something of a telepathic scan that kind of happens and reads the individual and will try and prevent you from getting to the door. Each encounter will be different based upon, from our experiences, anyone that was sent, including myself, they're obstacles that are not something impossible to overcome, but will be custom designed to try and neutralize you specifically. If you go in a group, they usually, it becomes group oriented, which is why I suggest each one of us go one at a time. It seems to be much more difficult if you have a group of individuals because it will be much more diverse and be able to feed off of a lot more to mix up how to make it much more difficult so that the whole group has to do really well, whereas an individual just needs to do really well by themselves. It's much more likely. However, it is possible to go as a team.
Yeah, but don't we need to open all 5?
And we have to do it all
Yes.
at the same time. So
Correct.
well,
From my understanding, the way that Alex does it is that he splits himself into 4 other individuals at the same time, and then just walks through. He, of course, doesn't have to go through any kind of psychic attack.
should have stole a cloning vat.
Oh yeah, do you have any cloning vats around?
We do have some cloning vats. Yes, I believe so. I'm not in the bio division at all, so technically I guess I oversee it if you go far enough from the chain of command. But yeah, I don't really deal with that stuff much. But I think we'd have one.
But we don't have any of that guy's DNA, right?
Yeah, and he like stretches his back and like cracks, like you hear like 40 cracks, like everything, each spine. You know?
I was thinking more along the lines of creating one clone of my of an individual to test and see what the challenge might be, so you can prepare better.
Oh, we have. Oh, well,
Because
that's interesting.
it is suited towards the individual. So if I cloned myself, I could then if that like if the clone fails, whatever. But I would see what the challenge is so I could prepare.
You're weird.
Thank you.
Yeah, but don't we need to be awakened in order to open the doors? So a clone wouldn't be able to do it.
In order to open the doors, you don't necessarily need to be awakened. Um, the um, the challenge is much more easily defeated by an awakened person, but the challenge will be much harder for somebody that's not awakened, somebody that can't um, dampen the mind, the telepathic effect that is being done, and deal with things on the fly rather than stuff that is, if you walk in with a bunch of technology that's prepped and ready for something, that it would change. We've tried, I mean, we've done it with clones in a sense with the spirits that are here, the aliens that have been have been used as guinea pigs, I guess. I feel bad.
Yeah, the aliens. They're not spirits. We're technocrats.
Okay. Well, it was worth a thought.
Is there anything that we can do to prepare other than just teleporting there and each facing our personal demons? Is that what it's in there?
What I would recommend as a person who likes to cover my bases, I turn to Robert. Could you set us up with a mental tether of some type where if someone's struggling, we can be alerted?
It says, as Yoda says, whatever you bring in with you will be, or what the fuck, shit, I don't remember what Yoda says.
What's in there?
And he
Only
says,
what you bring with you.
yeah, that's I knew that. I'm an old man. It's hard to remember. That's a long time ago. And they don't have any Star Wars here.
So, did I understand correctly that it wouldn't help to bring something along because it'll counteract it, or that we should bring something along?
Yes.
God damn it.
How about this? Does anybody not have a dot in mind? So this is a bit meta.
Well, no, you could say, does anybody not understand the mind sciences?
Yeah.
Yeah, who's our least knowledgeable in mind sciences of our group?
I've got a 1.
I also have a 1.
Phaedra, you have like a 2, don't you?
I do have two.
I have a 3.
I've got plenty to buy a second dot in mind, but I feel like it would require maybe a little in-game explanation, maybe some training time with Robert. Robert, maybe Malachi and I can train with you for a little bit to increase our mental defenses.
Oh, definitely. If it's our demons that we'll be facing, I am more than prepared to show you how to deal with them.
I'm kind of terrified of my demons. That's
That's the first step, my friend.
yeah.
Just remember, being brave doesn't mean not being scared, Malachi. It means being scared and still moving forward.
I'm used to that. I'm used to that. There's just you know, it gets you like the reality TV. It can get really weird. A lot less straightforward. But
Have I ever
here's
steered
the-
you wrong?
not that I'm aware, which is
There you
kind
go.
of the whole.
You have a meditation room, Mr. Samsonite.
Yes, I do. We have over here, and he like brings you down the hall a little bit, or like points down the hall and says, just down the hall over there, plenty of room for you.
And
Yeah.
how much time do
Oh.
we have before we need to head out?
Between a year and or I'm
Oh.
sorry, like a couple months to a year.
Oh. Well, then I have a project I need to work on as well.
That's the
Yeah, we have-
most that we can wait. But every day that passes here, you know, a little bit of time does move forward inside of Earth. So as long as we don't trip that end, as long as we get to Alex before he breaks down the shield, which I give that he's got a few months, maybe a year, if we start enacting countermeasures.
Oh yeah, no, this wouldn't be that long of a project.
Okay. Worst case scenario, if you fail, what happens?
If we fail obtaining the nukes and destroying this
No,
world.
no, going through the door.
Oh, if the worst that can happen, as we have seen, is the person, well, I guess death is is the worst that can happen. Losing your mind, and small injuries to not coming out unscathed, as some have been able to do. And he kind of smiles.
Wait, have you gone through one of the doors or opened one already?
I've been able to get to one. It was we've made about 10 attempts now, altogether, and I have participated in the last, the first two and the last two, and I've yet to be. I can get there, which is why I need you.
Okay. Okay.
I've dealt with my demons. I am unfortunately unable to duplicate myself like a crazy Technomage, or progenitor like yourself, and apparently Alex is, well, along with the vicissitude that he has, his flesh crafting abilities, along with his techno enhancements, have allowed him to create multiple duplicates of himself. That's why defeating him directly is nearly impossible. Breaking into
Hypothetically.
his safe is the only way to beat him that I can think of.
I was going to ask about that, but
Okay.
So the main plan then is to get the nukes and then set them off and ride the shockwave back into normal reality.
Yes. And I have been doing the calculations, and I believe that I have a way of accomplishing. And he kind of points down at the docking bay area of Technogate Command, that you have like a window overlooking, or actually you would have like a TV screen that would be showing right now. And he points to one of the TV screens, and it's you see one of the brand new ships that's like kind of built all kind of looks like almost like a surfboard. It's like one of the base designs, very slim, very wide, and has like a little fin. And he says that baby has been designed to ride spiritual explosions into other dimensions. But it needs, in order to penetrate the barrier, well, the barrier needs to be down for it to be able to do what it can do. And I believe that setting off the nuke will take down the shield. Or, well, destroying this realm will take down the shield in the end. Chain reaction.
Yeah, and setting off the bombs will deprive Control / the Nameless of their use, thereby preventing his overall plan.
Right. Setting them off this far away from Gaia should lessen the blow, from my understanding. I don't quite understand it all. Lady Fate explained it a long time ago.
I give him a little
Gotcha.
side eye at the word Gaia.
Just to make myself feel a little bit more comfortable with the scenario of hypothetically failing and we all die, can I have blood samples of all of us? Just in case. Including you, Buck?
You need
you don't-
our blood samples?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't already
Don't you
have
already have
that?
like everything you need from us?
Updating the
You have our
samples.
spinal fluid, I'm pretty sure.
Robert, updating my drive doesn't affect anything. It makes me feel better.
Now,
I don't know if I like getting poked with needles all the time.
I think when Phaedra's stressed, she just likes to draw blood. That's her de-stressor.
I'm going to have to pass.
Is that Buck who said that?
Yes. The only one that would dare defy you.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get oh damn it, I don't have empathy. What the fuck?
Yeah.
How many times have you said, "Oh my God, I don't have empathy"?
Yeah.
Well, you very rarely call for empathy, but I'm thinking
Lie
alertness
detection.
or
I do it all.
maybe awareness.
I want to do that as well.
Yeah,
What
like I want insight into like why is my father refusing that?
I have empathy, so I want to know.
Yeah, that would be an empathy roll. Unless you're doing something else.
So
Then
would that
try and use
be
empathy.
I feel like I would have bought empathy at some point.
manipulation empathy or
So that would
Perception?
be
Perception?
perception empathy.
okay. Difficulty 6?
Difficulty of 6. Oh,
4 successes.
wow.
2.
You do not shoot me down when I'm asking for a sample.
He's definitely hiding something.
I
And-
know he is, and I'm hella paranoid.
He, with 2 successes, you get definitely that, he's hiding something, but you don't know exactly like what, or why he would, what he could possibly be hiding that would be inside of his blood. Phaedra, do you have any spirit or dimensional science magic?
I think I know what it is.
He has vicissitude, doesn't he?
No.
I don't think so. Is there a sphere that would be
Yeah,
close to it?
science is, or sorry, spirit is the sphere.
I have 1 dot in spirit. Yes.
You have 1 dot in spirit, so you do understand some of the base advanced sciences regarding dimensional science. This kind of triggers you a little bit to makes you go, is he a spirit? That's just like a question that kind of pops up in your head. Because if you stay long enough in the spirit world, it's possible that you become a spirit. Or you become alien and a reality deviant from, or you become out of phase with reality. You're out
Is
of
there a
your
way to
reality
fix
for too
it?
long. However you want to explain it. But, no. No. Once you become permanently out of phase, you're kind of fucked. I mean,
Yeah, it's
maybe there might be some really advanced science.
What would happen if, because you said earlier, this is more out of game, but you said earlier that spirits can't like just travel to the real world from altered Earth. What would happen if they tried launching themselves with nuclear blasts into regular Earth?
ship's not for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's depending on how things are set up, it's possible that a spirit could come to Earth. It just would be affected to a certain degree by a lot of the concepts of having a spirit inside of Earth. And
Yeah. Okay.
Paradox will
So it's
fight
more about
back
the paradigm. Yeah.
What happens if you gave a spirit a clone an empty clone vessel? Can they inhabit it?
Hypothetically, make him his own avatar that is a clone of himself.
I mean, these are all things that I would say that in Mage, anything's possible. Whether or not you can convince me that you're capable of doing it is a whole other thing.
So, okay. Here's what I want to do. I don't think we have the time. Yeah, no. Because, like, I think slowly over time, I could just input his mind into his clone, and that'd be fine. But we are on a time crunch, so I don't think I have the time to do that.
Despite the fact that Tycho would love to be here to save his father, we're actually here to save reality.
Yeah.
So
And you guys don't know this. This is just me. So I don't know if I'm going to tell you, Tycho.
I have Spirit 3. I feel like Tycho has a bit of an inkling, but he's also like, he's an 8-year-old kid helping his dad fix an engine right now, so he is not thinking about it. Like when you hold the flashlight.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that you would automatically, whenever you want to know it, you can know it, but you could be in self-denial all you want.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Okay. I just give Buck a knowing look.
He smiles. He does that a lot. He's got a charming smile. He's got like a charisma of 6. And for an old 80-year-old man, he actually has an appearance of like 4. He's like one of those sexy old men that it's like, I don't know why you're sexy, and old, but you're sexy.
Uh-huh.
I'm feeling like Tommy Lee Jones, but that only because he's been in like old man space movies.
Jean-Luc
Like, Tommy
Picard.
Lee Jones isn't. Oh shit, man.
A buff Jean-Luc Picard.
Oh, can it be old Riker?
Yeah, like
there you go.
that's it right there. Old Riker.
Oh fuck yeah, it's old Riker from the Picard show.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, like, cause still has that rugged, like, sexy look to him. Chiseled jaw, but now he's got the beard growing out because there's no need to have anybody see the chiseled jaw anymore as the skin kind of wrinkles too much.
I just googled old Riker and
I did too, and I'm like, holy shit!
Really did, yeah.
Yeah.
You know I have a problem with like accepting when a nice person's parents are going to be gone. I'm gonna find a way.
Well, maybe we don't ride the shockwave to a Gaia, as you put it, but maybe we ride it to the digital web, or there's other locations that we can go to.
Yeah, he might be able to exist in other realms.
We can solve that when we get on the ship and are getting ready to go. We'll wait till the last possible moment to solve that.
Also, don't rob me of the emotional scene where I have to deal with the fact that I've found my father after so many years, but he's not coming with me.
I go, that's all
We're
wonderful
just
and
gonna save
dandy.
him?
Yeah, that's all wonderful and dandy. But as a person who lost their parent, I ain't allowing that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not think that this could be part of somebody else's emotional journey, and I apologize.
You're
You
yeah, think about that.
got
I
co-stars,
didn't mean my
motherfucker.
dad.
Anyway, let's learn some mind powers. Also, I'm going to ask my dad if there's any way to burn off paradox around here.
Oh yes.
Stop doing the advanced science shit. Um,
But
no,
how
he
did else
doesn't. He
he
doesn't
get things
have.
done?
He doesn't have the ability to burn paradox off. He's also the only mage here, so if he doesn't know, unless you want to go ask Alex, you might know.
Can ask him at the end of a 45.
Yeah, I'm sure one of the clones might give it up. So what is the mind exercise that you're gonna be putting these guys through, Robert, to get them to be more mindful?
So I'm thinking that I am going to actually whip up a mild, like mescaline derivative, and I'm gonna start to show you guys some of the things you might face there.
You're
Well, I
fucking
guide you through, of
nuts.
course.
So wait, I don't have to do this, right? Because like,
Nope.
Well,
You
unless you
didn't
want to
want
buy
to.
Mind 3.
I mean, could I do it for mine 3 and just make my difficulty harder?
Well, okay, so are you guys looking to get experience at this point, or are you looking just to justify the experience that you already have?
I need the other one.
Yeah, justify the expenditure.
I need the experience.
I can put you guys through a series that I can give you some experience, but you're not going to get much more than like 4. Actually, it'd be Robert taking you through to me guiding me guiding the guide who will guide you through hell.
How much is it for a third level?
30.
It's yeah, that wouldn't get me
Uh,
there.
No,
No,
it's times 8.
Oh, is it? I thought it was times 10.
Yeah. If you go into the places with the character sheets,
Yep.
under handouts, there's experience costs and
Oh,
So that's
perfect.
21.
yeah, spheres. Well, whichever one's your affinity is times 7 for new, and then times 8 for
So
all
24
the other spheres.
for 3.
24 for third.
Mm, I'd still do it because I'd be super close. I'd be at 21 experience.
So at 21, I'd let you bank a little bit of experience for it, where you just you use up your experience to get to 3 if you're that close, because you'll but yeah, we could do a little montage thing here where you guys have to face your fears.
I would like to if it goes successfully, I would like to cap it off by taking what I learned from helping them through this and applying it into designing a sweet, like Magneto style helmet that is a focus for my mind, and then I would spend experience to get mind 4.
Nice. Okay. Yep.
I will help you build that with my spirit powers.
Robert, you're getting closer and closer to being terrified.
He's
That is me, Phaedra.
gonna turn out to be Magneto, but with Xavier mind powers. So.
All right, yeah, I'm down. Super down.
All right.
Sweet.
So go ahead and set up. We'll do it one at a time. So who's going first?
I'll volunteer, but do we have to face our fears in this one, or is this more like a dojo, like a Matrix dojo kind of?
This is gonna, I'd say,
I think fear would be
yeah, I think
his
it'd be more.
mind.
Yeah, I think it'd be more about just really diving into see. Maybe I tell you guys that it's gonna be just another kind of dojo experience, but that you have to be ready for anything. And I'm gonna kind of steer it in the direction that makes you uncomfortable, and see where that takes us.
All right,
Since
bring it
I
on.
think that's kind of what he's gonna do there, is like dig in and find what you don't want to have to deal with.
Yeah, I suppose if you're training to lift heavy things, you got to lift heavy things.
And we'll have a safe word, as every good role play should.
Are you gonna choose it, or do I have to choose it?
You choose. This is your safe word.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. All right. You guys, I might be deep in this. I need you to be listening for cinnamon too, just in case. Because everyone's watching.
Oh, wow.
That's
This is a group experience, one at a time.
I'm becoming less and less comfortable as this continues on.
Perfect.
damn it. Tycho got the easiest part because like he goes first, so he doesn't know.
And you guys won't see what's happening in their head. You'll just see how they're reacting to it.
Malachi's biggest fear is having to come up with the safe word. So that's just his thing.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah.
That's it.
Let's do it. I set up my briefcase and everything, and I get you all hooked up to the leads and inject the substance.
All
And I
right.
sit down and I say, okay, let's get started.
All right, yeah. I'm ready to go. What's happening?
All right. So you guys both are getting into your meditative state. So there's a couple different ways that you can go about this. You can either spend a willpower point in order to automatically get it into the state of mind that you're kind of trying to go for, or you can roll meditation plus perception, or you can roll willpower. If you're rolling willpower, you have to fail in order to get into the state of mind that you're trying to get in.
I will roll perception and meditation.
Perception, meditation. I assume difficulty 6.
Yep.
2 successes.
4.
All right, so you guys are able to get into a solid meditative state, where you guys are starting to link up your minds pretty well. Robert, go ahead and roll Arete, difficulty of 4.
3 successes.
You're able to establish a solid link between you two, using the drugs. It kind of like gets you guys into almost your own dream world that you guys have now created, and you're able to now paint the dream as you. It's it's technically his dream, but you're kind of the painter inside of the dream. Ultimately, he has control, but you can kind of set the scenery.
Oh, like right away.
Wait, do I
Um,
describe it or does he describe it then?
Yeah, what do I step into? Where's your head at right away?
Oh, well, they were talking about biggest fear. Yeah, it's you probably wouldn't recognize it. It's a pathway on one of the local arboretum forest trails.
Okay.
And you'll kind of see it. It's like there's a mirage at some point where the path kind of splits in two, and you can tell that the way I'm seeing it is I can see the one that humans can't see, and you can kind of see it too. And I'm standing. It's essentially a fork in the path that regular people don't know about.
Okay.
And I'm standing there, just I can't figure out what to do.
So slowly behind you, the path starts like crumbling away into nothingness, progressing towards you slowly.
Why did you
As
bring me here?
I didn't bring you anywhere. You brought yourself here. What is this that you're looking at right now? What is this decision?
You know that I came back from spending time with reality deviants.
As you
This,
respond, it starts slowing the crumbling.
this is, other than finding my father, this is the thing that I'm most scared of, going back to talk to them.
And then
This
out
is
of nowhere, the forest just erupts in fire behind you, and you have to go.
all right. Forcing the issue. Yeah, I choose the path into the cairn.
You start trying to run, you don't go anywhere.
Why am I not moving?
I don't know. That's a question for yourself, isn't it?
Uh,
How are we doing?
Doing good. Continue.
if I go in there, they'll kill me.
And what if you don't?
They'll eventually find me and kill me too.
Not making a decision is a decision in itself, Tycho.
Yes, I also understand Rush lyrics, but why am I not moving?
Aren't you?
I'm trying to run in the direction of the werewolves so that I can apologize for killing 5 of them. But your damn simulation isn't letting me go.
Everything kind of fades out, and I try to bring up from your memory the 5.
You wouldn't recognize them, but they look like a bunch of ragtag uh,
They just kind of like flash up for a second just to see how you react.
The way I react is basically that moment where you're just about to cry, but you don't.
And then it all kind of like fades to what you probably have in your mind is like the most comfortable place.
The garage at my mom's house.
And I kind of pause and look around, and I just kind of nod and say, I think you know what you have to prepare for.
I'm not sure it's going to be enough.
Well,
Leave
that
you
was
hanging. I leave you hanging on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
no,
think that's it.
no, solid, solid. So
All
go
right,
ahead.
I can buy mine too now.
Yep, you can definitely buy yours and get 4 extra experience points.
Ooh. I could buy mine 3 with that. I am not going to. It's cheap. Yeah, that's it for me.
And then Phaedra.
Okay. I'm ready to go in.
Same idea. Hook us all up and give you a shot.
Okay. It was perception meditation, correct?
Yep, that's one of the roles you could
That
do.
was really close.
Ooh.
I'm not. I'll try it again. Or
Yep.
can I spend a
Phaedra?
will? Can, I'm trying. I know it's very hard to
You can
think
spend
about it.
you can spend a willpower for an automatic success if you want. You don't even need to roll then.
I will spend a willpower then.
All right. So, you're able to get into the meditative state, and Robert, go ahead and roll a Arate difficulty of 4. All right. So
4
yeah,
success.
you're
Okay.
easy to create. This dreamlike world, like combination of the digital web and dreams, basically. A lot of stuff that you've had a lot of interactions with lately, and so you're able to kind of format this dream world for her.
So what do I step into for you?
We are in my front yard in Nevada. It's a really crappy ranch house, only a first floor with a blue door leading into a house that's like made of basically concrete. There's no grass, it's just sand. Uh, and I can hear the TV going on in the living room.
I kind of step up next to you and I kind of look at the house and I say, "Who's in there?"
It's mom. Mom's is in the house. I reach out for the door. Uh,
It gets a little further away. Why would seeing your mom again be the thing that scares you the most?
Because if I open the door, I know she's coughing up blood.
And the doorknob comes back to your hand.
I close my eyes.
You try to turn it.
Yeah,
Doesn't move. Open your eyes, Phaedra.
I don't want to.
You can't hide from this forever. You know this is coming. I know you're smart. You know what's coming down the road. You need to face this. Would you
I
rather
know.
face it now or then?
God, I miss her arms. Okay. I open my eyes and I turn the knob.
The door
Just
opens, yeah.
okay. It's just hardwood floors. And she's laid out, sprawled, looking straight at me like she did when I first came home. Pools of blood everywhere. Reaching out one
And
hand.
and what's your immediate reaction?
The same that I had when I first found her. I rushed straight to her.
As you rush over to her, she kind of like fades away, and instead, she's replaced by, I kind of want to say Mudden, just to see how you respond to that.
I pull out my gun
And
and I
he
shoot
fades
him.
away, and then she's standing there right before you shoot.
Did I just shoot my mom?
And then she kind of fades away again, and then she's back, but without the blood and stuff, just like kind of the same idea and posture of how you found her, but like really kind of like she was almost like prepped for a burial, like really looks like done up really nice and all that, but like definitely still dead.
I grab,
And
I reach in my pocket for a syringe to get a sample.
that's basically your comfort. I ask you why you want the sample, or if that's really what you want, or if you're just, trying to replace something you know is already gone. And are you ready to have to acknowledge that it is gone when the time comes?
I look at you. I've already gotten a sample of her. She's in my cupboard at home. I just wanted one that was more real.
And I kind of fade out.
Nice. All right. So Phaedra get 4 experience points. Robert, you're doing you're not gonna do yourself, or are you gonna do yourself? And you would do yourself last if you did.
No, I was not gonna do myself. I was just gonna build the helmet kind of as my.
Yeah.
It helps me protect me and use my own thing better.
Yep. All right, and then Malachi.
I'm going to be honest with you, Robert. I'm not looking forward to this. And I sit down and get ready, similar to everyone else.
Get all the leads attached. Pull out the syringe and try to dive in.
That is what meditation and what?
Perception.
All right. This is not labeled correctly.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh, looks like I got one.
There you go. That's all you needed. Difficulty of 4. Arate roll for Robert.
5.
Jesus fuck. All right. So this is a real you've got a real solid um control over this dream here, almost as much control as he would if he ever tried to like usurp the dream world from you. Um so go ahead and start it on off.
What do I step into?
You see Malachi like visibly deflate when he realizes where he is. You are in the woods, coniferous forest. It's dark out. There is a small cabin that is just past clearing edge. And well, this was my first operation as the command. As this was the first operation that I was leading.
This was unexpected. I don't think I've ever looked into your history. What happened here?
I survived. My team
Oh,
didn't.
that's right.
There's, and I'm being real cold about it, like very matter of fact speaking. There is reality deviants, mages that have holed up here, and we were sent to retrieve/eliminate. And I look off to the right. In any moment, Tyler is going to trip a trap. That's going to end up with him getting destroyed. And it all goes downhill. But it's really calm right now.
I quickly, as you kind of mention it, I let that image flash in front of you of him kind of hitting that trap for a second. And it feels, like you're kind of detached from it all, and I want to get some type of like emotional response, I think. So I kind of push you a little harder, and I kind of respond very coldly and just saying, why didn't you do something about it?
And I just casually start walking towards the cabin. Not, there would be one person off to my left that's like hiding, like going all stealth, sneaking up, and I'm just walking slowly straight towards it. And that explosion goes off. It was a Forces and Prime trap that thought we were ready for, but we weren't. It's not that I didn't do anything. I did not do the right thing.
What did you do? And I try to kind of like fast forward the scene to the part that you're trying to kind of avoid.
So immediately, the like people start rushing. I basically decided that shit. I know we're here. We need to be fast, and we rushed. There's more traps set off. Lost more people.
You blame yourself.
I can't help. But we should have withdrawn and taken another couple of days to survey. Maybe they would have went on a run. They're a lot easier to grab on the run than when they're holed up. There's just
to try and prove the point that no matter what you did, it wouldn't have come out differently. I kind of try to force you into kind of replaying the loop with whatever choice you make type thing, just over and over, and they all kind of end in the same.
There is suddenly an MP5 in my hand, as that was the gun that I was using at the time. And we're at the door, and I'm getting ready to breach it. This part is gruesome. I activate a device on my chest that provides protection and kick open the door. There's 3 adults and 4 adults inside, and I just fit of rage, immediately start shooting. The side of the MP5 has a little bit of a like LED kind of tinge. He says this is primed ammunition. And then I just kind of sit in it.
I guess I just I'm kind of watching as much as you didn't want to approach it, it seems like you kind of led yourself there. So I'm just trying to watch, I guess, to see whether it seems like you're still in the same place or whether you kind of have run through these courses and realized that it kind of always was going to end badly. And I don't know, was there any change there in at least how you're kind of carrying yourself or anything?
Only in that it's not. I'm not. I'm going through the motions. At the time, I can tell you that I don't even really remember this. I had just lost my whole team to these guys, and although I can justify it in my head, the person that bust through that door and started firing is not the person that I want to be. Think that I am.
As much as, you know, I understand where you're coming from, sometimes that person might be a necessary evil. And you might need to bring that out soon. And you just need to come to terms with that. I think that sometimes that they're who we are is our actions that we take, you know? And that will always be you. Might not be what you want to hear, but it's going to get you through that door.
He breathes deep.
And I fade away.
Nice. All right, so go ahead and get 4 experience points. Malachi and Robert get 6 experience points for taking everybody on a spiritual journey. And everybody has a little bit of a better understanding of their own mind, as well as some training and concepts in, advancing your advanced theories and seeing what he did there, kind of,
Yeah, and I
opens your
give
mind's
you
eye.
each. I'd like to give each of you almost like a recording of it in a sense, for you to kind of like understand. I don't know, because it was all kind of happening through the briefcase, right? Technically.
Right, yeah. Technically, it's technological.
Yeah.
Briefcase in your helmet.
So just in case,
Another helmet.
just in case you guys wanna challenge yourselves at some point in the future, this simulation should help you grow in your meditation. And I give you each one that's like based on what was kind of scraped from there.
All right, and then we are going to take a little break here. So we'll be back at we'll say 8:50. So 8:50 Central Time. We will be back. So 15 minutes from now, we'll go ahead and pause it. Or on a be right back screen here, and we will be right back.
Wouldn't mind. We can do it in game. We can do it in game. I want to start building the armor again.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we do
All
have
right.
some time.
So, we're back, we're live. We are playing Mage, the Ascension, Technogate 1999. We are in Altered Earth. We had just got done diving into the mind of the 3 different characters, Tycho, Phaedra, and Malachi, while Robert mind therapized them. Preparing them for any kind of mind assault that might be coming in order to break into the magical vault at the center of Altered Earth, in the hollowed Altered Earth created by Alex, the virtual adept, who is also now known as being an infected agent of the Soul Eater, as you guys have learned to come to name vicissitude. Um,
I
so
almost wish we could go back and, as a group, do the same thing to Robert.
we get to all do it to you, and what you have to, we all get to paint the picture and see what's in your
Oh shucks, there was only 3 vials of mescaline.
All right, so you guys had prepared. It's getting to the point where you guys arrived at about we'll say noonish in this world's time. It is now coming up at about 3 a.m. after you guys have finished your little mescaline trips. Um, are you guys gonna head to bed, or are you going to
Oh no, I can't.
oh,
I'm not sleeping right now.
the
I'm just pacing back and forth, like
your
angry, but don't know why.
your father Buck says that he's looking to go as soon as possible to head there and get this over with. If there's more time that we need, that's fine. He's got a fail safe, so we should be fine if anything does go wrong.
Hey,
Um,
Phaedra, are you able to make it that I don't need to sleep for a day?
Possibly. Let me whip something up real quick. Can I make an extremely potent, like energy drink?
yes, absolutely. There's a bunch of ingredients. I'll give you that automatically.
Okay, I'm gonna give one to Malachi and to myself. And Robert, Tycho, do you want one?
No, I'm gonna sleep.
I will be sleeping well tonight. Thank you.
Okay, so me and Malachi are just gonna sit up for a while.
Okay, so
Hey,
between
Buck.
3 and 6 a.m., what do you guys want to do? Oh, you're going to talk to Buck?
I'm just gonna ask him if where's the workbench.
Oh, yeah, he shows you one of the workbenches, and you already see that there's like a skeleton outline of your armor already being kind of developed. Looks like it's even got some more high tech nanotechnology that they're working with.
Iron Man.
That is an interesting way to do it. Smart. Um, all right, yeah, I'm going to be at the bench, diving into doing work of mainly with Matter 2 and the required Resquit Prime to make it happen. As I'm forging the plates and basically I'm going to complete this armor. That's
Nice. Give me an Arate roll, difficulty of 5. 4. We'll say 4. Even with a neg on there, you got one negative, but that's okay. You still got 3 successes. So you're able to start developing, and you get the base kind of structure for your armor. And that gets you up to 6 o'clock. What are you doing, Phaedra, from 3 to 6 o'clock?
Just staring at everyone.
Just kind of analyzing the situation. Um, do you have any time?
Like, yes, I got a dot time.
Make a perception plus awareness roll, difficulty of 8.
No.
I'm looking only inward.
Yeah, you can see the inner side of yourself, and everything is going according to plan, and you can just chill out for a while. You see the time stream working, everything's going great. You can chill forever. So Robert and Tycho, you were going to bed, correct? Do either of you two have a dot in time?
I have
I do.
one.
All right, both of you give me a awareness plus perception roll, difficulty of 8. Malachi, you are too invested in your action of building your armor in order to get this roll.
I am also timeless.
You are also timeless, so haha.
I got
Perfect.
6.
Jesus Christ!
What?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's. I rolled 3 10s on 5 dice and a 1 and an
Okay.
8.
So,
Wow.
Robert, you wake up a little bit before 6 o'clock with this terror that runs through you, and you feel the time all of time just goes fucking whack before you see a bright light. Phaedra, you see a bright light as just a bright, blinding white light just appears around you. And then Malachi, you also just see a bright light that appears around you, and um,
I draw my gun.
Tycho, um, Tycho, you experience a crazy dream. In your dream, you're speeding down into hollow earth, and you kind of see like it looks like the planet kind of, it's like an encased area, kind of like the if you've seen Godzilla, the encased you know you can see the top and the bottom of the cavern that you're kind of in, but it's just gigantic area with like a ball of fire in the center that's similar to like a sun, but it's the quote unquote core of Earth, um, of altered Earth actually. And you're kind of like spinning down into this forest of monstrous creatures that are flying about, and dinosaurs that seem to be roaming down below, of other monstrous type kind of creatures, all creations of Alexander. And you come up to the center of where this sun, basically the core of Earth, is, and you see that the 5 doors, and you see 5, um I guess the look of what you would be seeing is a man that stands probably about 6 feet tall, long black hair with a black goatee. He's got a set of like techno kind of weird armor on. It looks like something almost out of like Final Fantasy combined with like the techno gadgetry of Iron Man. Um, and he's walking up to each. You see 5 of him walking up to each one of the doors, and he's um, entering a key card at each one of the doors, and he enters into the um, center of this construct that's basically built around the core of this planet. And as soon as he enters in, there's a bright flash of light that happens.
Does he fucking nuke us?
And you guys
Let's get
end
out
up back at the where you guys originally entered when you guys entered Altered Earth. You guys are back at the supply closet, basically, like monitoring, small monitoring room kind of section.
Are you fucking time looping us?
Where did we wake
Possibly.
up?
Brilliant.
back where you guys originally came to Altered Earth, the little supply closet room that you guys entered into in the beginning, that you had the
What the fuck is
janitor
that?
popped up after a little while. Got you
I was
into the
The,
main
the
room.
same one that we popped out of after we met Baphomet, right?
Yes,
With memories
Uh,
intact.
with memories all intact. Yep. Everybody has their memories intact.
Okay. What do you guys remember?
I was sitting at the bench working on my armor, and then it got real fucking bright. And now I'm here, and I'm holding my pistol, which I then holster.
I got a weird feeling right before the flash. I couldn't quite place it, but it just like it felt like almost like things were moving backwards. Which, I mean, looking around,
What do I remember from exactly what happened the last time we showed up here? Just so I have a frame of reference.
The last time that you showed up here was the guy came through the door eventually, like the janitor dude.
I watched the door.
that's impossible, right? Though, like,
I think we should find Buck.
is your dad a prankster? Did he like teleport us here?
And the door opens up, and in walks in the same janitor guy that you met the first time. And he like looks over and he's like, "What? You weren't supposed to be here. You're supposed to
Oh,
show up
man.
over there. Why are you here?"
I'm going to
Get
spend
Buck.
willpower to not shoot him.
No, get Buck. just get Buck. I want to know if he is aware.
Oh,
Yeah, me too.
He left like a few minutes ago. I don't know, like, and he basically says about the amount of time that it takes for you to that as soon as you guys arrive here, he takes off.
What?
That's different. Well, last time we scanned for him,
that
we
is a
discovered him
different. Yep.
Wait, is that what happened last time?
Last time you guys you guys scanned for him like you were saying, and he was here waiting for you, and he was expecting you to come through the Technogate. This time, apparently, he takes off, as, pretty much down to the minute of you guys arriving, give or take, because this guy's guessing, and you guys are guessing. I'm guessing, well, maybe you guys were timing yourself exactly. Tell me exactly how long it took him. Anyways.
Oh God.
I just look at everyone. This one's beyond me, man.
I look at the. Wait, is the guy still there?
Yeah, he's still there. He's like, but yeah,
Where-
he said
Where
if,
is Buck Samsonite?
he said if you guys come through to tell you to wait in the hallway, or to wait here, and that he had to go check on something, and that he would be able to assist you later. But he didn't know when you guys were coming or not. He's been waiting for days. Well,
Yeah.
longer, much longer actually. We'll go with days. That sounds more sane.
I'm going to go
Scanning
and
equipment. We need scanning equipment.
Scanning equipment. Yeah, we've got scanning equipment.
Yeah, bring us there.
He brings you to like the main Technogate. They kind of use the Technogate for scanning, anywhere that you really need to. If you, depending on the defenses, after a while you break through it, hopefully.
I'm going to quick pop down to the workbench that I was working at. Is the armor back in skeleton form?
Yes.
Son of a bitch! Bang my
Are
fist on the table. Go back to the group.
Are the people here acting like they've never met us before?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
They have no memory of you and seem to be on a similar loop.
So the only thing that changed is Buck's behavior. So he's aware.
Yeah, that's why I need scanning equipment and I need your help. I don't have the understanding of. Yeah, scanning equipment. Mostly. Does anybody have time above 1?
Nope.
All right. Well, this whatever happens next might be a justification for buying number 2. Yeah, I would like to scan time. I want to figure out what the hell just happened.
Okay, go ahead. Anybody
Um,
with time 1, you can go do an Arte roll difficulty of 3.
I would like to do a prime scan, mainly just looking for the echoes of what would potentially be a powerful usage.
Oh, Tycho.
I got 5 successes at a difficulty of 3 on a ret roll.
I would like to try quickly running a scan since I have time 1. Running a scan of exactly like any deeper memory that might be buried or something within myself of what exactly happened to see if I notice anything kind of along the way.
Okay.
Or do I just kind of see the same thing of, oh, it feels funny, and then a white flash?
With your role, Robert, with the you now remember your dream and you have the same exact dream that Tycho had.
Yes,
That
because
wasn't there
I told
before.
everybody about that. I definitely told everyone about that.
Now I'm just questioning if it was like a planted memory.
And then Malachi with 1 success. You don't really get much of from the echo of like the power source or anything. It seems to be um, you could continue trying to get more successes.
I'm going to give the findings that I had to the group, and we'll stick with them for the time being.
Okay. What do we do? You just go?
Do you have any guess where Buck might have headed?
Well, we've got a suite of scanning equipment here.
Well, that's what I'm wondering if we can narrow it down at all. I kind of look around at the people around us.
I have
I mean, I'll
no
ask that
idea.
guy.
Okay.
He's like, I have no idea. Nobody knows. He actually just told me to tell you guys that if you did show up, and then I was supposed to tell. He was in a rush. Something shook him. Like,
Wait,
Yeah, I bet I know
how
what it
long
was.
before we showed up did he do that?
I don't know, the way that you guys were talking about the same exact time.
All right, so that's
He flashed
some-
back and he went, "Oh shit!" and he took off. He couldn't just wait a few minutes for us.
Did he go through the Technogate as I gesture towards the black hole, or did he go?
He went
a
through the
more
Technogate.
manual- Okay, all right.
Do we have any kind of log on where he went?
No, we do not. When he entered his code in, it was his level of his. You'd have to have his level of security
that
to find out
sounds
where he
right.
went.
God damn it, Jimmy! You got to enable your log files.
shit.
My keylogger wasn't going. Okay, he got that last week.
That means that Robert doesn't have his helmet anymore, does it?
He does
Oh
not.
no! Oh no!
Only our minds are changing. We still have our new dot in mind, though, right?
Yes, and your 4 experience and 6 experience, but you do not have.
Okay.
You do not have the items that you created.
I say we just go. We go to the doors. That's probably where he went. He knows that there's a time component, and we have to do it as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Yep, that's all we
We
can
need
We
bank
thought
on.
we thought we had months. It turns out we didn't.
We there's 5 doors and only 4 of us.
He probably goes to the
We
door
gotta
every
hope he's
day.
there.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Are these doors all together, or are they like in separate, like geographic places? I realize that
They're
correspondence can make that not matter, but
they're basically around like a mountain. Like, so they're evenly spaced around you know, 2 or like a quarter-mile high mountain.
Could we quickly scan each of the door locations to see if we pick him up there?
Yeah, so you guys are scanning hollowed earth, trying to get like a good idea. Now there is a lot of magic kind of blocking a lot of that stuff, but Technogate has some pretty powerful sensors. So give me everybody go ahead and do an Arte roll, difficulty of 4.
No, but just
4
a-
successes.
All
2,
right,
4. Oh, even more.
solid.
4, 4, 3, and 4.
You do see a Buck Samsonite has already made his way towards the door. He's basically from the drop-off point from where Technogate is going to be able to teleport you in. He's already about halfway there, which is,
All right.
basically about 30 minutes ahead of time, ahead of you, 40 minutes ahead of you.
Do we try to catch him, or do we each go to our own door?
can we? Do
We
we have
each go
somebody
to
with
our
a
own
coord-
door.
Yeah, I think the coordinates were already programmed in, right? Like he was just waiting for us.
Can we correspondence with him to be like, hey man,
Yeah, is he on comms?
There seems to be some kind of distortion that is messing with comms from here to there. Basically, it's part of the, all the defenses that are kind of up. You can barely get like a scan of what's going on.
We can try reaching out once we get there.
all right, I rack the action of the P90 and I'm ready.
I wish I had my helmet, but I guess I'm ready.
Yeah, there's like different barriers that you have to basically get through. He's gotten through a couple of the barriers that once you get to a proper barrier, that's, if you're in the same spot as him. But yeah, there's basically a bunch of different spots within there that are causing you to, you'd have to break through either through, just breaking through it and staying in one spot, doing a bunch of, quote unquote magic or sending drones in or whatever. And or just physically passing through the barrier to try and catch up with him. So they do have they have a couple options here for you. You can each take your own individual vehicle, or you guys can all go down in one vehicle. Then just once you land at the base of the mountain, then you can disperse with 3. Each one of you would have your own vehicle to get to your door as quickly as possible. Or you can just have each one of you have basically you have speeder bikes, 4 speeder bikes, or a carrier craft with 4 speeder bikes on the carrier craft.
So it can only put us to one place.
The carrier
All
craft,
of us.
yeah, the carrier craft and the Technogate will. I mean, you're probably all going to want to start at, or yeah, I mean, I guess you could technically put you guys at all different at any point, but you'd be circular around the, you'd still be as far away from the mountain base.
And might as well all just get our own bikes.
I was thinking we take the craft, all of us go to Buck, have a quick conversation, and then we all take off on bikes to go to our respective doors.
Buck took a bike.
We ever find out how long he thought it would take us to kind of make our way to the door and get through and everything?
About 12 hours.
And how long did it take for the flash yesterday
About 18
from when we
hours.
got here? Okay. So
Because
we
you guys
do have a
arrived
little
at
time.
noon. So yeah, 18
If we
hours.
wanted to try catching up to him.
Well, assuming
does-
that he's smart and we're smart, he probably knows that we also know, like we remember, because he remembers. So maybe what are you thinking?
Hey, that might be a good indicator that he's actually human.
I want to put out there that the longer we take, it could tamper with our physiological bodies. Like, we might want to wrap this up and get out of here.
I mean, there's no
Immediate.
guarantee it loops again. Maybe that was like a one-time defense. Who knows? Like
I
we
look
should
at
probably.
I look over at Tycho and I'm like, there's a reason why he didn't want me to take a sample, Tycho.
Yeah. I know.
If we stay here, I'm not sure if the loop is what's causing our bodies to change. So we should probably not go through that again.
Agreed.
Did you say in your dream that the Alex guy, he went through all the doors and then that it was triggered sometime, some duration after that? Could we potentially get to the doors before him and ambush him?
I think he triggered the doors. And somehow we're caught in some sort of loop. And like somebody else said, and I can't remember, that might be only a one-time thing. And the fact that my father left immediately and didn't even talk to us means that we have to go as fast as possible.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Is the carrier slower than just the bikes?
Yeah, which is the fastest way? How do we get to the doors the fastest?
The fastest way would be the bikes, but it has
Just
the
get
more
on the
potential of if one person, failing.
And I'm not for some reason, not skilled at driving, which makes no sense, but okay.
Because in this case, technically, you're always putting all of your eggs in one basket because you need all 5 of you to succeed. So you either put all those eggs in one basket with a good drive score that's a little bit slower, or a little bit faster, but if one of you that is not good at drive basically is going to be the stat you want here. Drive, dexterity, and perception.
So once we get to the other side, it's going to take a drive roll to get to the door. Is that the idea?
It's going to take a couple drive rolls, yes. And you're going to have obstacles and, depending on how fast that you want to go, the more difficult it's going to be.
Who can't drive? Who struggles with driving?
I raise
I
my
have a
hand.
1.
I
Oh,
have
yeah, me.
Yeah,
I have
I'm
no
driving.
points in drive. I have no points.
Can you rig up us a communication comm headset that we can utilize until we go to start approaching our individual doors?
Yes. As long as you guys are in the same kind of area, you should be able to communicate with each other.
Wait,
So here-
we're forgetting about the other resources here. There's a bunch of spirit people. Are any of them good at driving?
Yes.
Can they just get us to the door?
Yeah, you would have. I'd say you'd have access to a drive of 4 and a dex of 4, so 8 dice is one of their. They'll have 2 of those, and then one with 6 dice, and then one with 5 dice,
All right. Well, I'm driving my own bike.
or a bunch of with 5 dice, basically.
Yeah.
Can I have the one that has the 6? And I'll get on the bike.
It sounds like, yeah, both. They got 2 drivers for you and Robert.
Yeah.
I can drive myself. Tycho drives himself. We just book it to our respective doors. I was going to suggest that Tycho takes his bike, meets with his dad, talks to him quick, communicates to us what he finds, then goes to his door, and at the same time, I can drive you guys and just drop you off at each door in the carrier. It'll take a little longer, but that's going to give Tycho time to get around.
No, we got to do
no,
this quickly.
There's no time. The only way that plan works is if I give you Sosi and you talk to my dad.
Okay, let's utilize the. I wouldn't want to deprave you of such a luxurious automobile. Let's get the whoever the local pod racing champions are, get those guys to drive Phaedra and Robert, and then we all just depart for our doors.
Yeah. Before we go, can we get some quintessence?
Yes. You can get your fill of quintessence.
Can Malachi overcharge us?
Yes.
I cannot overcharge patterns. I could give you tasks, although we did bring some task batteries with us, so we might just be able to utilize those.
Oh my god. We have a task battery with 100 tasks in it.
Yeah.
You do.
You with Sosi and 100 tasks? You could turn her into a friggin' destroyer spaceship.
I was thinking the SR-71.
Yeah, that's not going to help us get through a door that's built around
Nope.
mental anguish.
Um,
No amount of guns can kill my sadness.
Also, you don't want to be a big giant thing.
Yeah, no.
They do have big things that could get you there, but they get blown up by the other automated defenses and the monsters, creatures that are flying in the sky.
Oh. So we got to go fast.
That's
So is there any way for us to overcharge quintessence a little bit?
yeah, I would say that or well, no, if you don't have the base ability to do that, the best you can do is get, like he was saying, batteries and stuff like that you can just, hold on to and use.
Do I have my jetpack?
Yeah, you got your jetpack.
All right. That means I have my jetpack battery. So if I need to turn Sosi on, I'm fine. I'm just going to take the bike then.
all right, I think the only important bit is that we have comms for while we're on the bikes. If somebody has a problem, we can potentially double back
Oops.
and help them, basically. Until we get to the doors. Once we get to the doors, we want to drop it to make sure that comm doesn't influence our individual doors. It might be possible that the doors and the magic that enforces it would treat that comm as everybody's in the party all together, all at every location, which would be god awful.
All right, so you guys are all going on bikes. So if you're having somebody substitute in, you can either use the 4 or 8 dice that you're allotted instead of using your drive plus dexterity rolls. For the purposes of this, how fast do you want to go will be based on how bad the difficulty will be. So the difficulty of 4 it will take you 18 hours in order to get to the door. So if you want to give yourself, basically at this point, you've already lost an hour. So at difficulty 4, you would automatically fail in what you're trying to achieve. But you might be able to do something else. You might learn something. It all depends on how you're taking. Like you said, the time loop might not be continuing, so you might not be able to
in
learn
case it's
from
a time loop.
mistakes. But you could also be like, I'm just gonna go here and use the time loop to my advantage if the time loop continues, and check out what's going on at a diff 4 technically. That would be the only
And they were
way that
never
I could
heard
reason
from
it.
again.
Yeah, exactly. Difficulty of 5 will get you there with 1 hour to spare at this point. Difficulty of 6 will allow you to get there, or I'm sorry, the difficulty 6 would be 1 hour to spare. Difficulty of 5 would be a few minutes to spare, basically. Like you have enough to basically get to the door with the rushing, everything will be very rushed at the scene of getting to the door, basically. At a difficulty of 6, you got about an hour to spare to deal with whatever internal trauma I'm gonna throw at you. At difficulty of 7, you'll be able to catch up to your father and get within comm range of your father. At difficulty of 8, you will arrive, you'll be ahead of your father, and you'll have a solid amount of time to spare to talk to him and to plan out stuff with him. You'll have probably about 3 or 4 hours to do stuff with him. And then at difficulty 9, you're just crazy. I don't know why you do that.
Yeah. Are all the doors like right next to each other?
No, they're evenly spread. So some people will have to, when you meet up with them, some will have to go faster than others to get to the.
Okay.
Is this considered off-roading?
This is considered off-roading. Yes, absolutely.
Woot!
Wait. So are we all going up the same path, or are we like showing up in different areas and all going up different parts of the mountain?
Depends on how you want to do it. If you want to meet up with him, or if you want to meet up with your father, then it depends on how you want to meet up with your father. If only one person wants to meet up with him, they will have to then deviate, and in order to be at the same time, he'll have to catch up a little bit faster, or you guys will just have to wait for him. But it's up to however you want to approach this. Your father seems to be going in one path towards a door of the center of Hollowed Earth. So if you guys all go towards your own doors, then you will not be able to talk to him.
But like if we all caught up to him.
Oh, I guess if you all caught up to him, then you would all be able to use comms to talk to him, or at least one of you catching up to him would be able to, once you get within that sphere around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking if we all pile in Sosi, put a bunch of quintessence in her, Malachi drives, which gives him I think it's either a -1 or -2 to the difficulty on his drive rolls, and he has specialization in off-road. Like, we can catch up to him in like really fast.
Yeah, the issue is that we're still going to have to get from him to all of our individual doors.
Well, it's up to you guys. It's an option.
I'm going to opt out and just head towards my door. Tycho, if you want to talk to your dad, I totally understand. But I don't really see a need to talk to your dad. Because again, the whole thing was the more prepared we are, the more likely we're going to face something else anyway, so we might as well just go.
Yeah. No.
If we end up back in that room, we leave faster, and then we talk to your dad this time, or the next time, if it happens again.
If we're in a time loop, which is not a guarantee.
Not a guarantee.
All right. Original plan: 4 separate paths on 4 separate bikes. We've all got our quintessence. I think we're ready to go.
All right, and are you all choosing the same difficulty, or are you changing or choosing different difficulties? Because you might want to.
I'm going to do difficulty 7. That way, if I succeed and get through the door, I would still be at the same time as Buck.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go 7 as well.
And sorry, did I have 6 dice or 8 dice?
6. Or no, you have 8 dice.
Okay.
Yep, he's got a 4 in Dex, 4 in Drive.
So
Best driver in all of altered
Well-
Technogate.
Was there one of those or 2 of those?
There was one of those, and then one of the 6.
Okay.
And Phaedra's got.
So-
So Phaedra.
I get to add 4 more dice, is what you're saying, to my roll?
You get to roll. You get to roll 6 dice altogether.
Or 8 if you take the better driver. It's up to you.
I think I should be fine with 4. Or 6.
I'm going to go to the furthest location, and I'll travel at an 8 to do so.
They're all at the same distance if you
Oh.
when you're using
Okay.
Technogate. So
Okay.
if you're
In
not
which
trying
case-
to, unless you're trying to catch up with the father, or unless you're trying to physically catch up with the father, I guess you could communicate with them on comms.
2 days from everywhere. It's a goddamn geographical anomaly.
I'm super concerned about the amount of time it's going to take for me to get to and open my door, so I am going to travel at an 8 anyway. I want to save time for the door.
He's like, I will get there fast. Okay.
Fuck it, I'm gonna do 8 too.
Oh.
I've got the dice now.
I'm still at 7.
Okay.
All right, I guess I'll go 8 because I'm a follower.
Wait a minute. So okay. So Phaedra, are you taking the 8 dice then?
I'm taking 8
Okay. So
difficulty.
Oh, no, 8 difficulty,
Eight
but 6
difficulty.
dice.
Yeah, I'm taking 8 difficulty, 6 dice.
Yeah, I'm taking 8 difficulty, 8 dice.
I'm doing 8 difficulty, 9 dice of
Jeez.
my own driving.
Oh my
I'm
god.
doing 7 difficulty, 6 dice.
Smart. Watch me fail.
You only need 1 success, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're gonna have it. Well, interesting. Do I put it all on one roll here for you?
Oh god.
Yeah, I thought it was 3 rolls.
I was,
Each.
I was gonna be, yeah, I was gonna have you guys roll a few times, but it doesn't sound like you guys are doing anything to like really manipulate the rolls here. So yeah, I'm gonna make it 1 roll, the base difficulty that I gave.
Trust my company driver.
Yeah. I've
All right, should we just roll?
hell yeah.
Whoa! Robert got 5
6.
successes,
Oh God,
6 success, or
Oh,
6
no.
and 6.
is this gonna be
Jesus
bad?
Christ!
Where I'm driving, can I spend a willpower on my own
Wow.
drive?
I did great.
Yeah, you can spend a willpower if you're driving. If you're not driving,
Your driver did great.
I
drivers
will
did great.
I believed in
that.
him.
add an 8.
What's his name? Did you have a conversation along the way?
His name is Tim. I don't know his last name.
Wow,
four
unbelievable,
total.
guys.
4 total with the willpower.
Everybody.
Wow,
I was
that's
really
scared for
4,
all that.
5. So it's 5, 5, 4, and 4. No, 3.
3.
I got 6.
No, I had 4 because of the willpower.
Oh, you did get 6. So 6, 5, 4, and then
3.
Willpower makes it 4.
4.
6,
Yeah.
5, 4, and 3.
4, 4.
4, 4. Yeah. because Tycho had 2 from the 210s. Wow, that is yeah, you guys really bopped that out of the ballpark. I was hoping one of you would fail, and then it would be like, I was gonna say, at that point we're gonna reset, but
Nope.
no, no, I
Just
wouldn't do
yell
that
up. "Fuck,
anyways.
it's
But
taking me so long" over the comm.
so
I should point out that I was at a difficulty of 7, and technically Robert also
I was at
rolled a
difficulty of
7.
8.
I was at difficulty 8 as well.
Oh,
Yep.
I did roll a difficulty of 7, but
You still with the
I was at a
difficulty 8.
difficulty 8. Yeah.
still, yeah,
he did
even
say that.
yeah, yep. So at this point in time, though, the first ones to be able to type to Tycho's father is Malachi, because I believe, Tycho and, or sorry, Malachi, Robert, and Phaedra, you all did difficulty 8.
Yeah.
So you guys get to talk to Tycho's father first. So do you try and open up a comm with him?
Sure.
He sounds kind of bewildered at first, and he goes, "Wait a minute, how did you know that I was gonna be here?
We suffered through
Who
a
are
time
you?
loop. Oh,
Oh,
Time
we're
loop?
friends of your son?
we
Oh,
got
wait,
here
okay.
technically
Phaedra,
yesterday.
is this Phaedra and Malachi and Robert? Where's Tycho?" And then Tycho kind of pops in just a little while afterwards.
Dad, you don't remember? We were there
I
yesterday.
I do remember. I didn't know that you would remember. I came to
We
check
do.
out what was going on. I had a wild dream before a flash of light and the reset happened, so I came here to find out what was going on. I figured that you guys wouldn't remember what was going on, as
Had
nobody
the
else
same
did.
dream.
Can I do a perception awareness or perception empathy? Is he telling the truth, or did he truly forget himself?
No, he didn't forget. He thought we
didn't.
would forget.
Yeah, he thought that you guys would know what was going on.
Okay.
He says, "This is the failsafe that I was talking about. It was only supposed to affect me, or only I was supposed to be able to remember what happened. Uh, but if you can remember, then my spell was flawed. Still getting used to the way the traditions do shit."
Don't
Did
worry
you
about
say
it, pretty boy.
spell?
Yeah, I said spell. Don't worry, when you get my age, you start seeing what the fuck is really going on. Anyways, we need to continue going. So you guys know what the plan is already, and we don't have to do the loop again, which is good. I don't know how long it'll last. If I remember, or if you guys are remembering, it's possible Alex remembers, and it's possible I only wipe the memories of things that are, you know, native to this plane. I guess that sucks. I didn't have enough time to set it all the way. Anyways,
Well,
we never have enough
let's-
time.
Well, then let's do it right with only one reset. It'll be the only time a time loop like that has ever happened.
You only get one shot at the time loop. You don't get to spend all day learning about fucking piano and boosting up your performance to 5 and your etiquette to 5.
I had just thought about that. Like, wait a second, we kept the mind spheres that we gained from and the experience from doing that. We could just keep looping through the time and end up being, level 80 for this level 20 dungeon.
Yeah, but I also don't want to become an alien, so
That is a good point.
Well, that, and you also don't know if the bad guy is able to remember as well.
Oh, he could be leveling up too? No, we can't have that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
What was the trigger for that failsafe?
The trigger for the failsafe was the removal of the bombs from um, the safe, basically.
So based on the dream that I did not have but heard about secondhand, Alex entered, pulled the bombs out, and that's when the flashlight happened that reset it.
Correct. That's when
All right. Well,
an 18-hour loop will start happening. That I would be able to try and at least get to the safe before he did, and if I could attack one of them, I could prevent the door from being able, or for him being able to get in if I can just stop one of the 5 of him.
what is what is Alex's? Assuming that you've been here a while and you might know him a little bit. What is his strongest strength?
Alex is a master of correspondence and dimensional science.
Double fuck. All right, well, let's do this. We can't let these bombs fall into the wrong hands. So let's get to our doors.
Oh, and he also has mastery of forces.
Triple fuck.
Oh.
Which is why he is able to create, and he kind of points to all of this. Because this is all still made of matter, or, forces of matter.
In spirit stuff.
And spirit stuff. There's a lot
That's
this
the
guy
only one.
knows. Let's just say that I'm not looking forward to the fight against him.
We can only hope for paradox.
Yep,
On him.
let's do this, I guess. So wait, what time is it? So are we gonna have to fight one of his clones when we get to our doors?
At the pace that you guys are going currently, yes, you will get to the door either at the same time, just before, or just after. I'm gonna have you guys all do one more roll to kind of determine that. So it's up to you. Do you want to try, or we might not have to roll, because if you want to arrive before him, which I wouldn't really suggest.
You
Yeah,
would or wouldn't.
Well, it depends on how well. Actually, I'm not going to say anything. What do you guys? Or actually, Buck Samsonite says I'm going to try and catch up to him and kill him. So yes, I want to. You want to either get to the clone before he gets to the door, or get to the door before the clone gets to the door, so that you can. But Samsonite's plan was to attack and fight one of the, because he has to split himself in 3 different ways, so he's kind of he's hindered to a certain degree by having to have himself split in 5.
Yeah, each duplicate is weak. Kind of.
Weaker.
Weaker, yeah. I was gonna say
Yeah.
weaker. Well, let's say my first rodeo. I want to get there first and set up an ambush for him.
Yeah, I got some vials that I'm willing to test out, but I also, if I get there before him, I might just say fuck it and go through the door.
I'm going to try and hit him with my spirit car. That seems to have worked out in the past.
It did. I got some bees.
So if you want to beat him, I'm going to have you do another roll difficulty of 8. If you don't want to beat him and you want to arrive at about the same time as him, where you'll be encountering him, basically, it'll be difficulty of 6. And if you, for whatever reason, want him to get to the door first, then you can do, because you not all of you have to win, technically, just only one of you have to win.
Is that difficulty 8?
I have to beat him.
Okay.
So I had one success on my drive to beat him.
Yep.
I'm
Then
going
so
to
you
spend a
beat him.
willpower just in case.
Robert did a difficulty of 8 to beat him.
I'm not rolling. I want to hit him with my car, so I want him to be there while I'm driving up.
So it'd be difficulty 6 for you then, which is with Sosi.
I did a difficulty 8, and I forgot to roll for my driver, but I still won.
You're gonna take it. You're
Nice.
like
Difficulty
I
A
got-
with 2 dice, and you're like 2 successes.
She's like, this is too important for some stupid spirit to take over.
Get off, Tim, and I kick him and I just go.
Yeah, you kick him off the bike and just.
Wait, what's your dexterity?
2.
Oh, and you have no drive. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've never driven before, but this looked easy. Oh wow.
I love that the title is For Science!
For science.
You looking at my character sheet?
And Tycho
Oh, yeah,
got
that
5
was up on the thing.
successes.
Yeah, I lowered the drive difficulty by 1 because I'm in Sosi, which I have now manifested. So I'll have to. Actually, I'm powering her with the jetpack battery because I probably don't need that. Yeah, and the extra quintessence from the jetpack battery, just big spiky battering ram.
All right, so at this point, I am going to do the fade out, and we're going to do the cliffhanger episode here, where you guys are going to start off the next episode with a big fight against Alex. He will be a big boss fight for you guys. Each one of you will have to fight him individually, but all at the same time. It's going to be an interesting fight, because we're still going to take like initiative. Only he's going to have 5 initiatives. Or 4 initiatives. Oh no, he'd have 5 initiatives. But
I am not jealous.
This is a fitting boss battle. 5 co-located battles against one person.
And then we still have to
Alongside-
get through the door.
oh,
Alongside Bucks.
and I am being paged right now. So,
Timing.
Perfect timing.
what's going on here? Ooh, a bunch of stuff is going on. It's got a couple pages, I think.
Just watch out for that time loop.
Is it claim center stuff? Because they're taking it down tonight and they didn't know how to put in an emergency change request.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
505 error when attempting to perform has been proposed as an MI.
Are we still on the air? Are you guys revealing corporate secrets?
On that note, goodbye, peep and peepettes. You have a lovely night.
All right,
everybody.
Have a good one.